Would you like to see football wherever you are in the world?
With NordVPN, you can get premium protection online and set your location so you never miss a minute of the content you usually enjoy.
Go to nordvpn.com/TSUW to get 72% off a 2-year plan plus 3 additional months absolutely free. Hello and welcome to another Sheffield United preview. Sheffield United versus Derby County, 3 p.m. at Bramall Lane. I'm going. Hal's going. How are you doing, mate?
I am going.
Preview.
Thank you. Got my tickets, and I'm also bringing Bobby in the background for his first visit to beautiful downtown Bramall Lane. I went earlier to get petrol. I hadn't watched the news. I had no idea what was going on. 1 hour later, I have finally fueled, and as long as the stations don't close tomorrow, I'll be able to get home.
Way, you don't say mine anyway. You can bugger off.
Thanks, mate.
I'll just put up on screen members. So, yeah, if you want to be a member, just next to the subscribe button, it'll say join as a member. So click that, pay £5 just to support us lovely, lovely boys. I'll quickly run through them. David Gill, Craig, Peter, Blake Paul, Anthony, David. I'm regretting this already. Paolo, Lyndon, Stuart, Christopher, Jim Phipps, legend, Stuart Taylor, Ron Cooper, Steve York, and our mate and your mate, D Blow. So, yeah, if you saw the last watch along, you'll know exactly who D Blow is. Anyway, Hal, for this game, the Blades sit on 14th with 9 points, which feels like more than that. Derby are on -2 points after their 12-point deduction. And it could increase by another 9, couldn't it?
21 points is what they could end up. And then there's real fears for Derby County's survival. Another thing to consider is, let's say the worst happens, and I do not want it to happen. The other side of the family, all Derby County fans. So I do not want this to happen. Historic club, one of the greatest with a fantastic history. And I've got a lot of friends who are Derby supporters. But the worst case scenario is they completely disappear off the football map. And then any points that any team gets against them might also be taken away. So that's something to consider going into this game. I really hope, as I say, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Because obviously Derby County are a close club to us. It's not too far away, and I think a lot, like even Forest fans, if you're wanting Derby County not to exist anymore, you need to reevaluate your life, and you can't be a real football fan. I know a lot of United fans joke about wanting Wednesday to not be a club anymore, but I'd hate that. I'd hate to not have that rivalry anymore. Come on, Hal, don't be one of those.
Well, you're right, because even today we've been celebrating the Bouncing Day Massacre. So without them, we wouldn't have moments like that. And Nick, I should just say to you, happy Bouncing Day Massacre.
Happy Bouncing Day Massacre to you too. Thanks. I wasn't there though. I wasn't there. And
I wasn't either.
Day, my biggest regret was, it was a bad decision. I couldn't afford it. I'd just come back from Thailand or Mexico. Can't remember which one. Thailand, and I just spent all my money. So yeah,
I mean, they're right next to each other. No wonder you're getting confused.
No, it's because I went to Mexico and Thailand within 2 years. Anyway, shall we move on?
Yeah, it's a 3 p.m. kickoff. Also, I want to mention, Nick, we're on the march to 15k subscribers on YouTube. And if we get there, that means nothing. So please do subscribe.
yeah, please subscribe. Anyway, let's move on to the very first section of this video. Last game, we beat Hull 3-1 away from home. Billy Sharp with the first after a cracking ball from Morgan Gibbs-White. It just gets better and better every week. Still, up to now, every game that Morgan Gibbs-White's played, he's either scored or assisted or both. So let's hope that continues into this game. John Egan with 2 headers. I'm very, very surprised we didn't get any penalties in this game because every one of our players was getting dragged to the floor constantly. But for, I think, 2 of those, John Egan scored 2 headers. So we are fine with that. We scored 3 goals. We possibly could have scored more. They possibly could have scored more, but we came away with the point, and that is all that matters, Hal.
It absolutely is. Now, we're also going to look back on the last time out that we played Derby County. We won in the League Cup 2-1, but the last time out at the Lane in the league, is the one I'm going to focus on. Nick, I know you were there. I was there. It was Boxing Day 2018. What a game.
Such an underrated game that was.
Yeah. Big game for the season.
Everybody remembers all the big ones like Leeds, like the Ipswich one. That's such an underrated game. If you were there, if you weren't there, you probably didn't think that it was a massive game, but the atmosphere was absolutely electric.
It was. Billy Sharp guided Ender Stevens, floated cross into the corner of the net with a fine header to put United ahead just before half-time. Harry Wilson scored for Derby, a superb free kick from 25 yards out to equalise. But, David McGoldrick raced clear, coolly dinked the ball over Scott Carson to restore Sheffield United's lead before super sub Leon Clark sealed the win with a close-range header, a 3-1 win for the Blades, taking us back, as I say, to Boxing Day 2018.
Fantastic match. Absolutely loved it. Anyway, we'll move on to team news. And let me just... No, I'm not going to bring it up. Let me talk about team news first, because we've got a hell of a massive injury list, or a not sure list, shall we say, because 𝐍𝐨𝐫𝐝𝐍 when he does interviews, he doesn't particularly like to give us much to go on. So, first of all, I'm going to run through the unsures. I'm going to try and give you as much information as I have as possible. Ben Davies, Slav said that he's been struggling with fitness since he signed. We obviously didn't know that. I wouldn't say he's set the world alight, but he's definitely had a good start to his Blades career. So if that's him playing with an injury, if you like, or not fully fit, then we're in for a treat when he gets fully fit. So we're not 100% sure whether Ben Davies is going to play in this game or not. And Bash certainly did a really good job for me anyway. I put something out on Twitter, and I got a couple of pelters for saying that Bash had a great game. But I thought Bash played really well. And I think if Bash has to come in, I think he'll do fantastically. Next up, we've got two lads that came off injured. One that I don't think many people will be that bothered about, because Ollie Baker's not really got near the first team in the league for a while. I thought he had quite a good game against Southampton. It was certainly exciting when he was, obviously running, because Ollie Burke's not very good at anything else other than running. Luke Freeman also came off injured, so we're not sure what the severity of those two injuries are. Sander Berger, another one that we're not too sure about. Obviously, we thought he was going to start against Hull, but he pulled up with a hamstring injury just a few kind of moments before the game started, and Bruce had to come in. You'll see in a second that I've put Sander in my team, because I'm hoping that he's going to be fit for this one. Another one, Iliman Ndiaye, we're not sure. We're not sure what's going to happen, because he's come off with cramp 3 times in 3 games, which is really sad for the lad. Hopefully he'll get cramp. He'll never get cramp ever again. How?
Some say cramp, others say tactically replaced due to unknown reasons, and that's what I'm choosing to believe.
Okay, we'll get rid of Hal, because he talks rubbish, doesn't he? Let's be honest. I'm sorry, Hal. The lads that are training, but we don't think are going to be in contention, are 𝐍𝐨𝐫𝐝𝐍. By the way, if you saw that picture on Twitter, you'll have seen that he's got a bit of a baby bump. And did say they're both training on the grass. We think that they both should be in contention soon, but as of right now, I don't think either of those two are going to be on the bench. And really, we don't want to risk him, because Didsey, obviously, he can make a difference. 𝐍𝐨𝐫𝐝𝐍, we don't want to rush him back either, because it's just not worth it, is it? We've got the players right now. We don't need to risk him. And finally, Ender Stevens, Hal, he's back in contention, isn't he? Because
magnifique.
He had a great game against Southampton. He looked like the Ender of old. The only thing that I will say, which obviously we can see, he's struggling for fitness, because he's not played for such a long time. You could see we're blowing in the second half, but he certainly had a great first half.
Yeah, took his goal really well. Apparently was having a misdiagnosed injury. So he was recovering from an injury he didn't actually have, and they weren't treating the right injury. That's now been sorted. That could explain why we didn't see the Ender of old for the majority of last season. Yeah,
absolutely. So, let's get into the opposition, shall we, Hal?
No, show me your team on screen. I want to see it.
All right, I'll show you my team on screen if you have to see it. So we've got Olsen in the goal, obviously, even though League One West had a fantastic game against Southampton and Hal tells me that he made a great save, but I was at the toilet at the time. I was drinking a bit too many pints of beer. I've gone for Baldock at right back, Egan and Ben Davies central centre backs, Norrington Davis at left back. I can't see Ender Stevens playing in this game, if we're being honest, because obviously he played 90 minutes of a game that he probably shouldn't have. Well, he probably should have only played about 60, 70 minutes maximum because of his fitness levels. So Norrington Davis will start in this game, I'm positive. I've gone with Fleck and Conor Hourihane in the midfield, or Hourihane, should I say. It also could be Norwood, but I've gone with Hourihane because I thought he had a great game against Hull, and obviously two great corners to put on Egan's head for the goals. Like I said, I've got Sander Berger in an advanced right-hand side position. Hopefully he'll be fit. 𝐍𝐸𝐽𝐻, first name on the team sheet, not even going to explain. 𝐍𝐸 had a fantastic game against Southampton. What a ball to Ollie McBurney at the back stick, just a side foot past the goalkeeper. 𝐍𝐸 had a great game, and who cares if he played 90 minutes? He didn't play 90 minutes, actually. He didn't. Who cares if he played a lot of minutes against Southampton? He will be right back in this side. And obviously, Billy Sharp has to start up front for me. McBurney had a good game. I thought Brewster did all right in the Southampton game. But for me, it's got to be that boy, Billy Sharp.
All right, I'd probably swap Morgan Gibbs-White with Berge. But hey, it's your predicted or preferred
what
11.
Was that name then?
Berge.
I don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, get into Derby, mate.
I will. The referee, I'll tell you, for this encounter is David Webb.
Oh, David Webb. Get away from us. The worst referee around.
He's all right. He's overseen 8 matches so far this season in all competitions, producing a total of 37 yellow cards. And one thing I like, no reds. So I'd put your house on a red in this game. He took charge of Derby's 2-1 loss at Peterborough United earlier in the season. And with that in mind, let's talk about Derby County. Wayne Rooney likely to stick with Derby's 11, which performed so impressively against Stoke in difficult circumstances. Derby play a 4-2-3-1, which is, of course, very similar to United, which can easily morph, same with United, into a 4-3-3. So very much with a focus on attacking fullbacks. And despite preconceived conceptions about Derby and their style, they actually play good football, and they do go on the attack. We've got 𝐼𝐚𝐳𝐬𝐜𝐸𝐕𝐏𝐍, maybe considered for a starting role on one of the flanks, possibly taking the place of the popular Louis Sibley. I'm going to go with Roos in goal, Byrne, Jagielka, Davis and Buchanan, then Bird, Shinnie, maybe Sibley or 𝐼𝐳𝐬𝐜𝐸𝐕𝐏𝐍, Morrison, Lawrence, and George Baldock's brother, Sam Baldock, up front.
There we go. I didn't hear a Ravel Morrison in there.
You did. Morrison was the third to last.
Oh, Morrison's not Ravel Morrison, is it? You have to say his full name.
Full name, Ravel Morrison.
Yeah, he's had a great start for Derby, hasn't he?
Did miss a good chance, though, in their previous game, but also scored a belter earlier on in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Score predictions?
3-1 Blades, I'm going for. What are you saying?
What did you say, sorry?
3-1 Blades.
Bang on.
You agree?
3-1 Blades.
Finally.
We did it.
It's finally happened. 157 videos later, we agree on a score prediction.
There we go. There's no point in even talking anymore about it, unless, who's gonna score?
I'm gonna say Ben Osborne hat-trick.
No, shut up, man. Jake said, my mate, saying that Morgan Gibbs-White is going to score. I am completely with that. He's either going to score or he's going to assist a goal, 100%. Yeah,
please put your score predictions in the comments, whether you're watching now or later. Let's look at players that played for both. Now, we've only picked 4. We always only pick 4, but there are loads that have played for Derby and Sheffield United. We would be here all night if we were to list all of them. So we haven't forgotten anyone, but do pop them as well in the comments. And I'm going to start with yours and mine, Nick, favourite right back of all time. It is Vas Borbokis. Look at him there, the Greek god.
I'm still a bit annoyed at you for taking Vas off me.
Well, we can both talk about him. Tell me your first impressions of Vas when you saw him against Sunderland.
I've never seen a right back or a right wing back that influential in the final third. First game, if I'm correct, scored a goal, made a goal against Sunderland.
Yeah, that seems to ring true. Fjortov, I think, got the other one, yeah.
He did, yeah. And Vaspavakis, I think it was a free kick that Fjortov flicked in the net. So I'm pretty sure it was a goal and an assist in his debut. There's only Morgan Gibbs-White and Iliman Ndiaye that can do that.
Absolutely, and 𝐍𝐸𝐽𝐝. We've also got, looking at his stats, 55 appearances in the league for the Blades, 6 goals. Took a wicked free kick, then, of course, went to Derby County, where he was less successful. Only actually made 16 appearances before returning to his native Greece. But a really popular right-back. Vas, my first one. Nick, who are you going with?
Do you know what, mate? I'm going to go with somebody that... Let me just bring him up. Somebody who was a Turkish international. Obviously, he's made his name at Sheffield United. He kind of made his name before us by being the Coca-Cola kid for Brighton. It was Brighton, wasn't it?
Yep. They signed him from Bury.
Yeah. And then we signed him. And for me, the pick of his kind of moments for the Blades, I thought it was great. I really did. But I feel like we didn't see enough from him. He scored that fantastic goal against Jussi Jääskeläinen against Bolton. What a goal that was. He obviously saw that Jääskeläinen was out of his goal, side-footed it into the corner. And, nobody saw that coming. Nobody in Bramall Lane saw that coming. He's obviously now at Derby. He's more of a battering ram, I would say, these days. He used to be a skillful winger. Never had too much pace on him. But nowadays at Derby, like I said, I watched a bit of Derby at the end of last season as they were obviously going up against Wednesday for trying to stay in the league. And I wasn't too impressed. And like I said, I just feel like he's now a bit of a battering ram.
Well, he's a ram. Makes sense. We're also going to pick another current ram, Phil Jagielka, or Jagielka, if you want to pronounce it correctly. There he is from the year 2000 playing for the Blades. And there he is currently playing for Derby. A player who I really enjoyed watching. He's only made 5 appearances in the league for Derby County, but a great deal more, of course, for United. Initially 254 with 18 goals, and he came back after a spell at Everton and made 16 more league appearances and represented England 40 times, scoring 3 times for his country. Incredibly popular centre-back and midfielder and right-back and goalkeeper, who will get a wonderful reception at beautiful downtown Bramall Lane when he returns.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. We all love Jags. And I did a podcast with a Derby fan podcast, and they were saying, I hope that he gets a good cheer from Sheffield United. I'm like, he will do. Don't worry about that. We absolutely love Jags. Let's move on to another current Blade. I'm going to say Ram. He's definitely not a current Ram. He's a current Blade. There he is, Jayden Bogle. It's been a bit of a stop-start for Bogle. He stopped at first, couldn't get a game. Then we brought him on and scored a goal against Brighton. And again, it's a bit of a weird one for Bogle because obviously every time he played, he seemed to score goals and create goals and look dangerous. But it's his defensive work for me that he really struggles with. Did he really, really well under Frank Lampard at Derby County, or should I say at Frank Lampard's Derby County? That's what they were called back then, weren't they? And then a bit poorer since then, scored 3 goals for them in 77 games. He's already scored 2 for us in 18, and he's barely got on the pitch, to be honest. More often than not, he's coming off the bench and scoring goals. So I think there's still a lot to come from Jayden Bogle, but I'm not expecting him to start this game. Let's put it that way.
Agree with that. Some great names. Pop yours in the comments, whether you're watching live or later on. Let's see how many combined we can all think of that played for both. Nick and I are going to this game. If you see us, I will be with Bobby in the background. Really looking forward to it. And hopefully we can say hi to as many Blades as possible and enjoy a glorious win in the sunshine.
Absolutely, mate. And we've got 2 more things to do before we go, haven't we?
One of them's really big.
Yes. Really big. Okay.
The big prize giveaway is the one I'm thinking of.
The big prize giveaway. Right. Shall we go for it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all the retweets for the mugs. Bobby, would you just pop it on screen for us?
So this is what your chance to win. If you've been involved already on Twitter, you had to follow, like, and retweet. Hundreds of you did. The way Nick's going to do it is he's got that list in front of him, and I am going to randomly say stop, and whoever it lands on when he's looking at it with his eyes will be the winner of the mug. If you don't win the mug, fear not, they will be available to buy. All that money will go to us.
Us, yeah, not to charity. To us.
No.
Right, okay. So obviously everyone thinks it's a great prize. What a fantastic mug. So let's go. So I am scrolling home.
Stop.
Am scrolling home. Oh!
See, it's unfair, isn't it? But, it's not fair on the people at the start, so I thought I'd do it really quickly.
I agree with that. So it is, let me just make sure, he has followed, he has retweeted, and he has liked it. So it's Jamie at West Coast Beauville. There you go. North Vancouver. Of course it were, Hal. Well done.
That's going to cost a fortune.
I've got to send a bloody box to Vancouver.
That's going to cost an absolute fortune. Why do we have to have blades everywhere?
You can see that he's definitely not fake because I don't want to send it to Vancouver. But well done, Jamie. I hope you're in the stream right now. I hope you're happy with yourself. Redraw.
Oh, please tell me he's visiting friends and family soon.
Yeah. So, Jamie, get in touch with us. We will send out that. Well, not we. I will. Out of my own money.
He'll remortgage the house. You will send it.
I also need some petrol, so I think I'm going to have to remortgage my house for that too.
It's made of lead, this mug. It's going to be very heavy and very expensive. Also, don't drink out of it.
And before we go, we're going to quickly go through these. 𝐍𝐨𝐫𝐝 Designs has made us these baubles. Are you ready? Look how fantastic they are.
You promised you were going to wear them.
What, as earrings?
Yeah, let's go. That's safer. Look at that.
How great they are.
With our names on and everything. That's so kind. Thank you very much.
There we go. Yeah, they are brilliant. I absolutely love them. With the names on that's special. That's personalised and that's special.
I'm looking forward to hanging mine up on my tree come Christmas.
On your tree? Is that a euphemism for something?
No, it's not. I can't even think of anything witty to respond to that with.
Right, okay. And seeing as though we're 22 minutes into the video, let's go, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you at the lane tomorrow.
Thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, give us a shout. If you are at the lane tomorrow, give us a shout. We'll have a chat with you. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.